Hello everyone, this is Preeti. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, till now we have discussed about what is pandas, how we can read CSV file using pandas, and we have done with how we can access rows and columns, even multiple rows and multiple columns. In addition to this, we are done with data frames and series and how we can set or reset our indices. Well, if you have not watched that video, please go and watch it first. You will be more clear with the concepts. Now in this video we are going to learn how we can read and write data to different sources. So let's start with how we can read or write data with CSV files, TSV files, with Excel files, and with the pickle files. That files are actually in binary formats. So without wasting our time, let's start with the actual stuff. So here I am importing pandas as PD. Well, we know that till now we have just read only CSV files. CSV means comma separated values. We are done with only reading the CSV files. But in data science, there are different ways to storing these files. It may be a CSV file, it may be a TSV in tabular form, it may be Excel file, or it may be in binary format, JSON format, any file it may be. So I suggest you guys to watch this video till end so that you can be clear with how you can read or how you can write the data to the different sources in whatever format it may be. So please guys, watch it till end. Well, till now I have read the CSV file directly from internet, but now I am just accessing the file from my local system. So here my file is stored in downloads. Here it is test.csv file. Guys, if you don't have any CSV file, don't worry, you can get it from here from my GitHub. So here is a TSV as well as CSV file. If you don't have, you can just download it from here. It's very easy, very simple to download. Okay, so this is the TSV file. Actually, you can download it raw. So here you have to mention the path of your file and the name of your file .csv. So it is very simple. In this way you can access the CSV file. So here in CSV file there is a delimiter called a separator. You know that you can get the definition of any function, anything, with shift plus tab. So I have entered shift plus tab and then I got the whole definition. So here is the function read underscore CSV. In this function you can give a file path. Okay, then separator. The separator, we know that in CSV file comma is the separator because values are separated by commas. Delimiter you can give if you want, if not it depends on you. Header, by default it's infer. Okay, these values are actually by default, like index column by default it's none, names none. So it depends if you want to change the value. Fine. Here separator is comma, so we don't need to mention it, but if you want you can also mention this, like here I have mentioned it. Fine, it will give you the same result. Now let's see if I give header equals to none. Fine, we know that here, oh sorry, my bad. We know that header value is infer. It is by default it was infer, but if we give header equals to none, there are no header values, no index. It comes under these values. Fine. When we give header is equals to infer, means which is by default, we don't need to give header equals to infer, it is by default. So there are the labels. Fine, means column names. And if we give this, so there will be no column names. So next we will read tabular values, tabular separated values, TSV file. Again I am downloading it from, I am importing it from my local system. If you guys can get any TSV data from internet, it's okay. If you don't know how to get or how to download, you can download it from here. Here are CSV and TSV datasets, so you can download it from my GitHub. Fine. Now here the format is read underscore table. Remember guys, it was read underscore CSV for CSV files. For TSV files it's read underscore tables, but you can also access it with CSV. How? Here you have to mention separator is equals to tab, then you can get it. Let me show you. Okay, when you mention this separator equals to tab, then \t, then it will give you this also. Now you can access it with the help of read underscore CSV. Fine. Now, if you want to get the it without any, mentioning any separator or something, you can directly use read underscore table. Now, in the same way as we are accessing in read underscore CSV, here you can also access .csv file. But here you have to mention separator is equals to comma, because when you are using read underscore table, then separator here by default is tab. So coming up with next example. This is the example I have used in my last videos, Titanic train. We are getting the dataset from internet, and here separator is tab because it's a tabular TSV data, tabular, so I am reading it using read underscore CSV. That's why I have mentioned separator is equals to tab, and I am getting first 5 rows of this dataset using this head function. Well, I have already told you that we can set header is equals to none if we don't want any header, any column values. By default, it's infer. So similarly, we can also set index column according to our wish. Like here, I have set ticket as an index column. So it will give me the index as ticket, where the ticket number represents, a special label for each and every row. So if I want any other, like I just want to get name as a label, I can do that as well. So let's see how we can read an Excel file. Here we will use read Excel function. Here's the file path, and here is the file name with .xlx. Okay, now here one more thing. If you want to read a particular sheet, you can do that as well using sheet name is equals to particular name of that particular sheet name. Here I don't have any particular sheet name, so I am not using this. So I got all these values. Here is my salaries file, and if I click this, here is the data. Okay, this is a data set. So it is very simple. You can see it's very, simple and easy to read all that file. Now there comes how we can store these files in different formats. So when we want to store this file, fine, you have to write the name of the data frame you want to store, and the format is to underscore CSV, and after that you have to mention the name, means the name you want to give to that particular file you want to give. Fine, so let's run it. We didn't get any error, so let's go and check whether we have saved it or not. So here it is. Fine, as just a second ago. So let's open it. Oh well, you can see that we have got this fine data here in CSV format, in comma separated format. Fine. So next is we can also create it using tab as well, as we can open it with a separator tab. We can save it with a separator tab as well instead of comma. So let's go and check. It is new.tsv. Okay, here it is a minute ago. Let's open this, and it's taking a time. Okay, you can see that here is a tab. Instead of that commas, here is a tab separating all the values. Fine. So next come, if you want to save it in Excel format, same way to Excel, and you can again check it here that your file has been stored or not. Fine. And if you want to, I have stored it, and just to show you guys that this file has stored in we have stored it in Excel format, and if we want to read it again, fine, with a column, index column name, index column means label, I have provided as name. So here is the value, means this Titanic train has been stored in Excel format as well. Fine, it's easy. So now there comes a JSON format. Well, JSON format is quite different from others. Like we can easily store in Excel, in TSV, in CSV. but in JSON format it is quite different. As I'm storing this in JSON format, let me show you guys. JSON train. Okay, let me search for this JSON train. Here it is. So as guys can see, this is a dictionary format. Fine, this is a dictionary with keys and values. Fine, so here, like here, it's the key and these are the values. So this is a dictionary format. If we want to store it in a list like format, we have to use this orient is equals to records and lines is equals to true. So if we store it like this, then only we can get this list like structure. Now to show you guys, here is a JSON train and you can see that it has created many lists. Now there is a brief introduction about JSON. JSON, I have already told you, it's just like a dictionary where you have keys and values pair, keys, values, or there may be values may have list of values, or it may be a dictionary also. So here is just a brief introduction how we can load the data, how we can create a data frame from JSON data. So first we have to import JSON, then we can load that dictionary using JSON.loads. Then after dumping it, we can create a data frame. Let's say I want to create a data frame with this siblings column. Fine, so sibling columns, and what column names I want: name, age, and pets. So I can create that data frame. And to store it, it is very simple. We can simply store it using two underscore JSON. Fine, and it in which format? It means list, like you have to use this orient is equals to records and line is equals to true, and reading it is very easy, read underscore JSON. And binary format is similar, you have to use read underscore pickle, and to store it you have to use to underscore pickle. And this is your assignment. Actually it is very simple. You guys have just to read and write your data into a binary format. First read a binary format data, then do some changes inside the data and write it into a pickle format. So this is your assignment. So guys, today we have discussed how we can read data from different sources and how we can store it as well in different formats. It may be CSV, TSV, it may be in Excel format, it may be JSON or binary format. So in binary format it's very simple. The assignment is very simple. Same syntax has been used in binary as well. So guys, try it, explore it more, and do more practice. If you got any problem, if you got stuck anywhere, you can write down in the comment section below. Okay, thank you so much. Stay tuned. Bye bye.